Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is MTGStrategist. I have something a little special for you. Me and a guy named MountainManMagic. You may see him around. He's a YouTube content creator. We bumped into each other on Reddit, and we decided to take the Brawl format and turn it into a little game, a little challenge. So we each chose 10 cards. I wouldn't say randomly, but we chose 10 cards. And then the other person had to use those 10 cards to build a Brawl deck. Now, my 10 cards are these over here. Fabrication Module, Sorcerer's Wand, Dream Stealer, Anointer Priest, Famished Paladin, Cartouche of Ambition, Raider's Wake, Demon of Dark Schemes, Goring Ceratops, and Dust to Dawn. Now, that being said, we built our decks, and as you can see, this is what I put together. Now, I'll admit it's not the wisest use of. Well, we did have a price cap, so the price cap was $10 or 10 tickets. So we couldn't spend over 10 tickets on our deck. So I managed to get Liliana in there, Torment of Scarabs, Torment of Hellfire, many other things you can see throughout here. But this was my deck. My commander ended up being Ariel, Knight of Windgrace, great commander, and we played each other in the best out of 4, and the following hijinks occurred. Oh, you want?
Yeah, we gotta wait. We at least have this. Oh.
I got a no lander.
Dang. Well, that's good. All right, we'll mulligan down to 6. Let's see how that goes. I mean, I'll keep it. It's playable.
This isn't playable, but I'm gonna keep it anyway because I'm not willing to go any lower.
Right. All right.
Come on, good scry, good scry, good scry. It was a mediocre scry. All right.
All right, leading off strong with the Swampy Swamp.
All right.
So how did you get in? Like, why did you want to start doing YouTube videos about deck building and such?
Well, I have a blog, so I'm an obsessive deck builder. I don't think I have the ability to stop putting decks together. So I'm constantly building. So I started a blog because I basically needed to record all of my deck builds. And I thought, some people get a kick out of them because I do very non-traditional type decks. I try to go outside the norm. So if you look through them, some of them are theme based, some of them are reality, based on decks that'll win, but a lot of them are not. Yeah. They're just like ridiculous ones. So this guy named Chuckwagon MTG, he saw my blog and he got interested in the weird decks I was doing. He's just as weird as me. His taste is he's got a fine taste for the obscene. So
gotcha.
So he pulled me in, and now it's just it's kind of constant. I just want to constantly build decks and talk. And now I'm interested in the community, talking to other people. I started watching other people build their decks. I think the first person to ever publicize one of my decks was Behind Eyes Gaming. I don't know if you watch him, but he's one of the hardest working gamers in the game. He's out there constantly, multiple videos a week. I don't know where he gets the time or energy, but it's remarkable. But
okay. And I hope us talking helps you not realize the card I just played. And I really like this enchantment you played. I don't know why I didn't put it in. I have it in my deck. Definitely playing it in my deck as well.
Oh. Well, I've got a couple of other cards that I can.
You're a terrible person.
But I haven't played any creatures yet, so I'm behind the 8 ball a little bit.
That's true.
So how did you get into all this?
What
was your gateway drug?
And definitely enjoyed the whole. Oh wait, no! Stop. All right, I should have played Slime Foot. I don't know what I'm doing.
I distracted you with my clever.
Right. Well played. I grew up playing a lot of games. I was in a really small town, but we were fortunate enough to have an LGS. And then once I got into like late high school, I was really into sports, just trying to. Are you playing like 38 rat colonies in your deck?
Not 38.
Okay, well that's reasonable.
It's lower than that.
It's lower than that. Perfect. Okay.
Slimefoot. What a great name.
It is. So I stopped. Oh, I don't even know how much my commander cost mana-wise. I thought it cost 4. And I'm a really good Magic player. Yeah, but anyway, I was playing a lot of Pokemon, a lot of like DBZ, MLB Showdown, Magic. I mean, really any card game that I could play, I was into playing. And a lot of my friends weren't into Magic quite as much. I think because when I was playing, this was around Invasion, Apocalypse, Tempest. Those are the sets that I most vividly remember. It was still pretty heavy money game-wise. And when you're a kid and people are coming out with new games, because I feel like they're trying to ride the wave of Magic, you could play it for a lot cheaper that didn't necessarily have the long-term prospects like Magic did. But it was pretty nice to at least have access to play. And then like your friends, again, if they didn't have money or whatever, they were usually pretty keen on wanting to try a new game or just find something else that the adults weren't playing, because then the adults would just stomp you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I just did, like, my older brother, he played a lot of games and was really into Magic and more of the higher level competitive stuff. He did a lot of, I don't remember if it was HeroClix or it wasn't Warhammer, but it was similar to what I'm thinking Warhammer now is. You like bought these tubes of packs, and you got X number of little creatures in them, and they had discs that you could turn. I can't remember the name, but that was a big thing he enjoyed playing as well. And then once I got into high school, I just had to kind of pick, am I going to do sports or do games and whatnot? And I figured the games thing wasn't going to get me into college on a scholarship, so it kind of fell off, And then once I got my big boy job out of college, all my friends were into, what was it? Like League of Legends and a lot of computer games. So we would just play that kind of stuff. Not so much the tabletop games.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much the gist of my gaming. And then once we moved out to Wyoming, I had some friends who were like, hey, have you ever played like Magic or D&D? And I was like, sweet, childhood 2.0's coming around. And then I was like, man, I really want to do something with my time. And just started making videos, just trying to stay busy. And, here we are.
Yeah, there's something about this. I didn't play Magic until I was late 30s, like 40 maybe. I was pretty old.
Yeah.
And there's something about the community that I really appreciate. There's this, I don't know, this common bond of, people working together to do stuff. And I like the fact that we can, no matter who it is, you can walk into any game store, play, sit down and play a game with a perfect stranger, and you have a common language. there's something, and my day job is the Navy, so I'm constantly, I'm just constantly going all over the place. So it's nice to have something that no matter where I go, I can always find.
Yeah, like a common ground with that stranger. No, I totally get it. Why do you keep playing cards? Have you thought about not playing cards?
I'm thinking how much I like Twilight Prophet, and how I'm totally gonna ascend once I get once this third thing goes off. Oh, that was a good move.
I've made some mistakes. I'll try and not make all of the mistakes.
I've been beat down by Slimefoot a lot. Like it's a very good deck. It's just hard to put down. It's like, whack-a-mole. It's literal whack-a-mole.
Yeah, his secondary ability, where every time a Saffron leaves, you just keep getting to annoy your opponent. That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
All right. You don't have anything else to do to me this turn, right? Okay, good. No, I hit 6. I'm just yielding, take the damage. Good times. Oh, yes!
That sounds awful for me.
Well, there's a card I really want to play, but I feel like I have to play this card or else there's no chance of me winning the game.
Oh, that's a good card. That was crushing.
I feel like you were saying that for a reason. Oh, the button. No, I'm kidding. It wasn't crushing play. It worked. Hey.
It was crushing.
I know, you're not typically supposed to, main board stuff in limited. This is more like a limited comment. But they always say, well, it's just going to get stuck in your hand. Don't play with enchantment or artifact removal. Do you play much sealed?
I'm starting to pick up my my sealed game, but I disagree with artifact and enchantment removal. I mainboard naturalize as often as I can. It's just it is such a
here's my theory on it. If people are playing enchantments, typically they're the enchantment that will literally take over or just flat out win them the game.
Yeah.
And I'd rather be stuck with a card in my hand that will answer that threat at some point. Yeah. Versus me just sitting there helpless because, I'll just wait till game 2 and 3 and hope to draw it in the sideboard. I don't know. I just feel like there's so many strong enchantments in limited, especially in Dominaria, that you just have to have an answer in your deck.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, look what you can do. You're fancy. All right, well, in response. Booyah.
Saproling.
And then this enchantment you made me play will make it into a 2/2 Saproling.
I know.
Which I don't know if that's actually good, but wait, okay, so your commanders for each knight, and that's fortunate you have a vampire knight out there, so thanks for killing that too.
It was in your way.
I'm just trying to help your side of the board be clean.
It's just holding you back,
It's a very generous and unique perspective you have.
You gave me Famish Paladin, which has been taking a nap.
It has been.
It's just.
You have now seen the 2 best cards in my deck. Please don't remove it.
That's a huge card.
I think so, as well. But now I'm out of gas. I got nothing. I'm just sitting here waiting for you to draw nothing but lands and me to watch you forfeit. I don't know. I got nothing.
What to do? Well, I may have to make some knights. And since I got my anointed procession out, I can...
Yeah, you're just pumping out tokens.
Just a couple.
Just a couple.
And then I need another rat.
You do.
Okay. I don't know, that's 7/7. That's just like I gotta infinitely chump block that thing.
You say that, but I feel like you're trying to lure me into an attack because I'm just thinking, oh, he's just going to jump block it. There's no other option he has. All right, you are currently tapped out on mana.
That's true.
So we will, yeah, let's attack. Yeah, let's attack with the 2/2. Why not?
It's a terrible idea. Okay, I think I might remove. I'll just take 7 and suck up the 7 and get rid of one of your guys, because it slowly ekes life out of me.
I like it.
I got to do something drastic here in a minute, because you're making tokens faster than I can.
I'm just glad I drew 5 of the good cards in this 60 card deck. The rest are pointless. How long have you been in the Navy?
Oh, 26 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, you've been in the Navy for 26 years?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I turned 44 this month.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I actually joined the Navy when I was 18, when I was just a little kid. And what's interesting is I joined the Navy in 1992, and I think that's when Magic the Gathering came to life, approximately. And yeah, that's
No, there's no way I'm believing you're over 40 years old.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, okay, so the Navy does keep me young, ish.
Okay.
You know, young and somewhat active. You know, they have standards that, you know, I can't just lie around all day doing nothing.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, that doesn't look healthy for me.
It's delicious. You're gonna love it.
You gain 2 life if you sacrifice.
Only if I sacrifice one.
It's a good thing you don't have a lot of lands.
It would be a shame if I just had unnecessary land to sink cards into. Yeah, let's do. Well, we're gonna lose. Yeah, you know what? We can send them to the slaughter because. Oh wait. Nope, shouldn't attack the Burning Force. I'm a bad player.
It's too late.
It's too late.
It's too late for him. That nightmare.
That's right. You gotta learn from your mistakes sometimes. It's the only way you're gonna get better.
That nightmare of a card is going to cost me dearly. But you know what? Maybe I can just get rid of them without. But you have so many saprolings. Oh, you know what? I got a plan. Ha ha.
Okay.
Go, military strategy.
He's got it.
I'm going to keep the commander out because that's my producer. That's my man.
Yeah.
But I got alternative attacks I can use. I hope that thing stays dead forever because it's an awful card.
It's not the worst card. It was really dumb of me to attack with it, but that's all right. I still have options. Granted, you have 5 cards in your hand and I have none, but I still have options.
But look at all your land. I'm like just not doing well on land.
I appreciate you trying to make me feel better about this situation.
You know, we'll get through this together. No, that's not a good one. I think I have to go with this guy.
I'm impressed you went for the rat colony option.
Well, it's kind of you're going real wide, so you know the chumps need to come out, and you got that Thallid Omni. What's his name?
Omnivore, yeah, Thallid Omnivore.
Yeah, that guy. So unless I come up with some like more like a better strategy, or get more land is what I need.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We gotta have options, my man.
Your deck is so synergistic. I feel like I just put random cards in my deck.
I just typed in like Saproling cards, started looking through the sets, and said, "Yeah, these make sense. Let's do it." Do I want to attack with how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Why 5? Why not 5?
What I don't understand is why doesn't Thallid Omnivore get trample? You know, it's just not fair. It's almost an impossible to beat card.
It's a pretty annoying card, that's for sure. In a way, I'm glad this set doesn't have more trample, because I feel like there's so many effects that you would be able to just run over your opponent.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you had me already. It's like,
dude, like Slimefoot's ability is so stupid, like in a good way.
And with all your, my, see, I'm not drawing the right cards. I'm not doing well. I'm not doing well.
That's right. It's a marathon. Just because I think I'm only playing 22 lands in this deck, so I'm amazed that I've drawn so many, much to your chagrin.
You know what? I'm just gonna have to put a bigger chump blocker out, I think.
Yeah.
I really wanted to kick him with his 8 zombies.
Oh, it gives holy Jiminy crickets.
I know, right? I was saving that as a late game surprise, but now I have to serve him up early because you're whooping my butt.
I appreciate that.
Keep making these awful saprolings. They're just everywhere.
Oh yeah, you're not bad to play.
Your battlefield is gross. Saprolings are gross.
I don't mind it. I'm kind of a fan of saprolings because I feel like they're a pretty common. I don't say that's not common, but the word where they're a very prevalent tribe.
Yeah.
Throughout the MTG story universe kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, wherever you go, you can find a saproling.
Right.
And what's funny is, since I did get into the game late, I realized that some people, as soon as the saprolings were even noted, they got really excited. It was like, it was a huge thing.
Right.
It's like, it's the same thing with, all the different tribes. But there's these ancient tribes. I think saprolings and fungus are one of those ancient tribes that people just love.
Yeah, that'll just be around forever, it seems.
Yeah, it's like elves. When I went into an LGS and played a game with an elf deck, and it was people were just all excited about it. It was kind of I was shocked. I was like, it's not a very good elf deck, but
right. I must sacrifice a creature.
Yeah, just one though.
Well, you can target opponent. You can't even target yourself. Dude, Slimefoot, you're like legit, my friend.
Slimefoot. All right. I don't think I have the tools to beat you because somebody gave me a fabrication module, which was a cruel joke because with the fabrication module, you're either all in on energy or you're just like you're not involved with the energy. So I kept.
Yeah. So like the worst part is I never even played. Like literally, me and the fiance, we started playing around Ixalan because it was just all we really. It was like I'm gonna start playing Magic again. Oh great, there's a pre-release coming out. Let's do it. So when I started reading about Kaladesh and Aether Revolt, I was like, oh, this stuff seems sweet. why haven't I played Magic in so long? Now I know that or not now I know, but now I just realized how quick life goes by being an adult and such.
Yeah. Hey, at least you have a fiance that plays Magic. When I came home, so I started playing Magic on deployment. So when I was away from home, and I came home, and it was like I came home with a venereal disease. My wife was like, "Oh no, what's happened to you?"
Right.
Like, I'm okay. I'm the same person. She's like, "No, you're not."
What have you done? Okay, so I feel like my game plan now is to just wait until I need to be able to sacrifice one more sapperling.
To just, like, kill me? Yeah.
I think so.
I don't think... I'm waiting. I was waiting for my 6th land, but I'm just not going to get it.
I want to say I'm sorry, but right now I'm just happy that I even have a chance at winning a game.
If you beat me 38-0, that's or actually it would end up being like 42 or 44-0. Then I think that technically counts as a win.
Yeah, right.
It's more like a shame win. Like, I should be ashamed of myself.
No. It's just nice when my deck lets me top deck everything I need versus having to actually rely on thinking about what I'm doing. The game's just like, here, this is the card you need. Play it. It's your only option. Congratulations, you've won Magic the Gathering.
Hey, that's just a well-constructed deck. That's all I gotta say.
If you say so, I'll take it. I don't know if I believe you, but I'll take it.
You make so many sapperlings.
Alright. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I just know that I may be able to win right now, but I can't be bothered to think about it.
You're painting me into a corner where I can't block anything, and I can't, because if I kill something, so there's nowhere for me to go. I got one turn.
Yeah, it's like I didn't realize how annoying it is that even if I throw a sapperling out as a chump blocker, it doesn't just stop you from dealing damage to me. It's a 2-life swing.
Yeah.
So that's not a bad deal at all.
And I have no answer at all.
Are you playing Urza's Ruinous Blast?
No. Well, we're gonna play again. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Don't try to gather intel on me.
Didn't we already talk about I don't have a sideboard, so if I need to have some strategy ready, it doesn't exist.
Well, there's no sideboards in these, so
that might be why I don't have it.
you get what you get. So I have a handful of cards that are, like I'm totally beat right here. Are you swinging for 7? I got nothing to do but die.
I just want to sacrifice 1 just to make sure.
Make sure it's working.
Yeah. Yep, all systems are a go. Alright, let's begin combat. I feel like this is... Wait, is there a 3 cost? No, you only have 2 mana. Okay. No, we gotta keep... Don't attack with Slimefoot. You stay back. Is there a 2 mana cost wipe all attacking creatures off the face of the planet?
No. And I'm not a huge fan of board wipes, but
no, that's surprising.
Well, okay. I like this, like what we're doing. I feel like this is playing Magic. We're duking it out on the battlefield.
We are, slowly but surely. I feel like we're about to go to time, so that's encouraging.
Oh, are we? Yeah, it didn't start. I'm going to go ahead and concede this. We could start over.
Okay.
Yeah.
starting hand.
You.
No, I'm kidding.
I don't think it mattered either way. I think you. Are you challenging me? I think I figured out how. Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just challenge you if that's all right.
Yeah. We got this. All right. I got the. See, it's just like we're playing the second game.
Right. Perfect.
I got the perfect hand, as far as you know. I'm just going to believe that this is going to work for me. Everything's going to work out.
Okay. I think we can make this work. We've got... Yeah, we'll keep you.
Okay. It's on, like how you say, the Donkey Kong?
Just so you know, I'm playing black-green. Oh, boy.
What?
No, you're playing cards. It just makes me nervous.
Yeah. Well, your Slimefoot is like the ultimate card. It just keeps coming.
Just keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Oh, don't? Okay. I gotta get used to the interface. Because I keep feeling like I'm just not comfortable. It's like, okay, this is now going on the stack. What do? I'm like, do I have to click something? I click OK. I apparently skipped, choosing blockers. I lose the game.
I know. I just clicked right past my main phase.
Yeah, and I was playing in a draft like 3 or 4 days ago, and I was super stoked because my deck was terrible, but I managed to win the first game. And then I had a really heated game against this guy playing blue-red wizards. And I was like, great, I got him killed next turn, played this card down, and then I played, the Keldon Overseer, the guy that you can steal someone with if you kick it.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I was like, great, I play that next turn and I win the game. Life's good. And I skipped right through my main phase. Next turn, he killed my thing and then beat me. And then the next game, he came out swinging hard. I skipped bolting one of his attackers. The next turn he pumps it, and then I just skipped declaring blockers altogether and lost that game. And I was so salty.
Yeah, it's got to be one of the most painful moments where you flub like that, and it just.
Yeah, I think part of it is when you're out in the mountains, the internet doesn't get to you quite as quick, and I think there's a little bit of a lag. So if I'm just pounding on the keyboard, I'm worried it's going to miss my action.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to worry about that.
So you're out in Wyoming.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm not in Wyoming.
That's cool. That's where I'm not. So enjoy that. I don't know if I like this card, Chainer's Torment.
It kind of goes either way.
It does. I feel like if you're stable or ahead, it's fine. But if you're behind, there's no way you're winning the game.
Yeah.
Because your opponent's just like, thanks for taking care of more of your life.
Yeah.
But maybe Slimefoot will make me change my mind. So where do you live?
Oh, in California.
Oh, Cali, okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Cali people that live. So I live in Jackson, Wyoming. I mean, the majority of Wyoming is quite small, and I mean, most people will be like, why do you live there? I assume you work in the oil or coal industry kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I just had a stepmom that lived out here because, dude, it is so expensive out here.
Yeah.
It's, I think, kind of unfortunate. I don't want to rant about it. I love ranting about certain things, but I don't want to rant about this. Oh, wait. Undo. I need green. Okay.
Yeah, I grew up in Texas, and I came out here with the Navy, so I'm used to a more I grew up on a farm, so kind of used to the country life a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, me and the fiance, like, well, we were just dating at the time, but we had been dating for a couple years in Ohio, and we were just, kind of tired of the grind.
Mm-hmm.
And she had a job offer, and I was like, whatever, I work in IT, I'm sure Jackson's got IT stuff. And we just, quit our jobs and moved out. And it was painful for me, especially like the first couple months, because I could not find a good job. You can find plenty of, I couldn't find a career job. There are plenty of work, just, labor type jobs.
Mm-hmm.
But it took me a while. Why did I not attack with my 17/17 creature?
It still has summoning seconds.
Oh, so I couldn't. I'm not even a bad player.
No, that was an awesome choice. You're making good choices.
You're so encouraging, dude. I really appreciate that.
It's easy to encourage you when I have one creature and 3 lands, and you've got a stacked battlefield.
Oh, I didn't even notice that you're mana screwed.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna survive the next game. I'm gonna hastily concede this because there's no coming back for me.
Yeah. No, even when I play like competitively, when I win because my opponent floods out or gets mana screwed, I'm not happy about it. You know what I mean? I'd still just rather play the game and enjoy it.
I have to take a look at how many lands I actually put in this. I'm pretty sure it's 23.
I'm pretty sure it's 23. The deck might think it was 7. What am I trying to look at? Yeah. I just want to confirm how much I put in. Yeah, I got 21 lands. Although I'm playing a Gilded Lotus, which kind of helps, and that land that you had me play, but I have yet to draw it.
Well,
are you liking the Brawl format? Is it one of your preferred ways to play the game?
The only complaint I have is
and I'm going to challenge you again if that's all right.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, challenge me again.
Huh?
Yeah, the only complaint I have is that the limited legendaries. I mean, there's a lot of legendaries, but it's there's certain color combinations that you just can't get to, and
Is there one specifically that you're thinking about that you wish was there that isn't, or is it up to the caliber you think it could be?
Well, it's the I have to check my notes because I wrote a bunch of. Ooh,
it's a rough keep, but we'll keep.
It's not
we just need one color and we'll be fine? Question mark.
So I'm not.
The confidence is beaming.
I'm suffering in silence over here. I'm suffering like a man. I'm just sitting here
Yeah. Oh, it's all about having fun. Oh my, see, I'm drawing so well. I don't even have to be good at this game to do well.
I'm just having the weirdest land issues in this. Yeah. The weirdest land issues.
I'm just gonna rub your avatar circle and give him land.
All I need is 5 more lands.
Just 5 more.
No. Okay.
Because you can get back to back land, no problem. He's got 2 though. There it is.
That's I think getting mana screwed or flooded is I think it's more painful than losing to a control deck where they're just robbing you of your soul.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So how long have you played? Or I guess you've only played Brawl for a couple weeks, like I have. But
yeah, this is we played one game of it. I have a friend out here who is really into. He's our DM, but he's really into Commander.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 12 Commander decks at least. 4 that are legit Commander, super good cards, just top tier type Commander decks. And he brought some Brawl decks just for us to try the format right when it was released, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really fun time, and all things considered, I thought it was a good move by Wizards to introduce it, and that's why I made a video on it just to kind of say this was a good move, well done, Wizards.
Oh, I think it was a master move. It was brilliant because
I really played a lot of it. No.
Well, it really, I think it really it opened up cards that you normally wouldn't play. It just opened it up to so much gameplay. That's what I really like about it.
Yeah, and I think it's nice that it gives you, for someone like me, or I think there's a fair bit of people out there that only do limited pre-release type events, and you give people that have those decks more of a lifetime, or you extend the lifetime of those cards. I don't want to take all this damage.
Yeah, you do.
You know what? I'm gonna take 4 because that's the smart play. And honestly, I want to start making videos because I'm totally with you. Like when you're in person and you meet someone who plays Magic, and they're like, "Wait, you play Magic?" and there's just that connection of this is gonna be cool. Let's be friends kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get that with many other games. I don't think.
Yeah.
But I also at least in certain people I've met, there's just a lack of humor in it. So I just was like, I want to make ridiculous Magic videos and just have a good time doing it. Not to say I'm going to come off, I don't want to come off as this guy who's infallible and knows what's going on for sure. But I like telling bad jokes. So I can mix my passion for a game with my inability to tell good jokes, and then maybe it'll be a nice hobby or something that I can spend some time on and just enjoy life more with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's I work for Chuckwagon MTG, but I keep my blog, or I keep everything that I do. I don't attach any kind of advertising to it or anything like that because I I don't have really a schedule that I can maintain for the rest of my life, and I don't like being I guess I don't like having to force myself to do things. What's that?
No, I kind of hear what you're saying. You got to have some passion in what you're doing. Life's too short.
Yeah. I don't think I'm an. Oh no, go ahead.
So with MTG Chuckwagon, you
Sure.
guys got connected because you were just writing this blog in your free time.
Yeah.
And they reached out to you and just said, "Hey, I like the work you do. Would you be interested in just kind of doing something together?"
Yeah, he was just like, "Hey, I like your style. Your decks are weird. Could you make?" He said, "Could you make?" In a
good way.
Could you make decks for me? And his YouTube channel is really cool. He does so he grew up with Magic, so he opens a lot of old packs, and he really kind of explores the pack opening world and open stuff, and he's a really nice guy. So it's a lot of fun. But it's
I didn't attack. Perfect. Okay, nailed it.
I only got one play this entire game.
Oh my goodness! How many rats are you playing?
I think I have 10 rats.
That's perfect.
And apparently 3 lands.
Only one color too. That's what makes them so good.
Yeah. I actually got rid of a couple of my Traveler's Amulet and stuff, and replaced it with more lands. So I don't know why it's not helping me. It almost made it worse.
Yeah. No, it's not your fault. Okay. We can do this. And yeah, sorry. Dude, I keep cutting you off. I'm a terrible person.
No. Well, when we play, it's hard to maintain a thought.
It is, because I'm trying to listen to you, and then I just start clicking away, because brains on autopilot. But no, I love hearing people's stories and just what they enjoy, how they end up where they get, kind of thing. Like in college, that's what whenever you're in college, they always have people come in, and the question I would always ask speakers or professors or anyone, I would just be like, how did you get to where you're at?
Yeah.
And majority of the time, the answer would be, I just kind of fell into it. Rarely do people say, oh, I knew in 7th grade this is what I was going to do, and it's just worked out ever since.
Yeah.
And I guess the older I get, the more I see why that makes sense, because it's so hard to just assume how the future is going to play out or what's going to happen.
Yeah, it is. It's really hard.
Okay. Famished out then. I can dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, I'm sorry. This is not how there's no way someone could have told me, hey, don't worry, I'll just get mana screwed. You don't have to worry about it.
But what's remarkable is how consistently mana screwed I've been.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
All right, let's just try this. And the wife's not a fan of, you guys play any games together?
No, she's not a gaming fan in any stretch of the imagination.
Okay.
That is trample. Stupid rats can't block anything.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, maybe I'll get a chance to play Multani, but
yeah.
Oh man, so I went to the pre-release.
Yeah.
The way we typically do it is because the nearest LGS is like an hour and 45 minutes away from us. So that's definitely not a consistent trip that we're going to make. But for the pre-releases, I can usually convince the fiance to put up with me. And actually, I mean, she enjoys it. She really does. Now, granted, I stuck around this for down area for one of the 1v1 seals.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of worked out. She just went and saw a movie, and that was fun. And we did the 2 at a giant together. But during the 1v1 seal, I didn't get many good cards, but I had a good time just playing this one dude who was super good. I mean, he had a white-green deck that I swear was near standard competitive. And maybe it was just like the way he played it out against me. But he pulled 2 Multanis. Neither were promo. Just out of the 6 packs he opened,
yeah,
he got 2 Multanis. And he had the Song of Freyleys, and just, it was impressive. But it was like, it was a good time. But after getting whooped up by Multani, I was like, I gotta try playing him.
Yeah, I love that card. I put it in, if I have green in any way, I like that it's universally awesome. Like,
yeah,
it kills in any green deck. All right, I think this next game is my time, right? I can only lose three times in a row.
For sure.
Oh, but by the way, your deck is incredibly consistent and really well designed. By the way,
I would not give it any deck. It won't let me challenge it. Did I mess something up?
What?
Wait. Well, I want to. Oh, okay. Okay, now it will. So maybe it's because I typed in "gift and land" into the comments.
And I promise, when you challenge me, I'll choose the same deck that I'm.
Okay, that'd be great. It's like, here's my legacy deck.
Yeah, here's mine.
Okay, so you can't click multiple of the skill levels for the game. I didn't know that mattered. But that would be funny if you're like, oh, by the way, here's my blue-red aggressive aggro.
Yeah.
Commander deck.
The vicious. Although Slimefoot, I think, the thing about it is those commanders that are really cheap to throw out there, especially one that has an ability to just dump tokens out into the battlefield, they're so effective. And all right, I have more than.
I said no, just so it's like you get to choose if you want to go first, kind of thing.
Oh, that's really nice.
This is not. Yeah, we're gonna keep it. We're on the play. we're on the draw sheets.
Now, don't go fishing for a loss just because I've been pathetic this entire time.
No, mercy, dude.
Come at me. I think that's the biggest advice I give people is just it's okay to fail over and over again. Because
Oh yeah. Like that's why when the handshake issue came up, I was like, to me, this is the most ridiculous thing to be like, well, we let the winner decide or the loser decide if I'm going to shake your hand.
That's
and like I guess I mean I get it, right? Their emotions are high, especially in competitive formats or in competitive environments where there might be a lot on the line.
Yeah.
But it's like at the end of the day, I think I'm hoping we're all playing this to have fun.
Yeah.
And enjoy the the community aspect of it. So when it's like I'm just going to be a salty, awkward person and make everything seem super tense.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just like maybe it's because I had an older brother who, when you're 11 years younger, right? Like the idea that your mom probably had to beg him to take me and my little brother to the game store, and then he'd see us playing a tournament, and he'd see us get upset because we lost. We were playing Pokemon or whatever at the time, and he would just take us aside and be like, "You need to quit crying right now, or I'm taking you home. You see everyone else? You see that guy? He lost. He's laughing. He's having a good time. That's what you need to do." And he'd be like, "Oh, okay, I can do that."
I think that's the other reason I don't try to invest life into this. You know what I mean? Like I play it as a game, and I keep it as a game because I don't want to have a lot at stake when I play. I want to be able to still have fun, even if it's I get even if you play like F&M or you do a PTQ or something, you get like still get nervous, like
oh yeah, for sure.
But I don't have like my life on the line. I don't do this for a living.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Dude, I hate Torment of Scarabs.
I know, right? It's
I know, right? Is that terrible for you?
It's one of the worst cards ever invented. It's like constantly poking someone in the eye, but you main deck enchantment destruction, right? So you should be good to go.
It's fortunate that I don't have it available to me.
It'll happen after like turn 12. You'll get it.
Yeah. Is that I'll hold you to that. I don't know if I trust you, but I'll hold you to it. So far, we're doing great. Yep, that's what we like to see. Perfect.
See, I think you're throwing this match.
Oh, see, he thinks now I've got you right where I want you. Perfect. Perfect.
Oh, that is actually really good. I forgot that was instant.
It's not terrible.
No, it
kind of ruins that you have that enchantment because I don't get to keep one of them around. But it's not as bad as losing a life, I suppose.
I like my rats.
Fatal Push. What?
You just got.
And he's got like the fancy promo art. Get out of here. Yeah. I hear you, Scarab. Go away.
It's Torment. Complete Torment.
Here's the thing, I don't care.
I don't like you anymore. I don't want to play with you anymore.
I don't want to play this game anymore. No.
This game is stupid.
We will stabilize, trademark, and
oh yeah,
it'll all work. This is gonna be terrible though, because you're gonna play another rat. I can feel it. Then I can't eat a creature.
This is a tough decision here. Tough decision.
I like that you're giving me this false hope. It's very kind of you.
Well, it's I'm gonna risk it.
Okay. Yeah, it's like, which would I want to get rid of?
Yeah, you get to choose. You want to.
Assuming I can get rid of any of them.
Well, it's definitely Torment of Scarabs. That's. I think, you know what? I think I main deck Naturalize specifically for Torment of Scarabs. And if I could get rid of Torment of Hellfire, I would get that one too. That's like, it's you've been duking it out for hours, what seems like hours, and and whenever at the very end of the game when you got him on the ropes, he throws out a a 12 torment of hellfire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not.
That's a fun card. I was going to play it, actually, and I think I ended up cutting it because I was like, nah, this doesn't really fit with what I'm trying to do. Because if I got mana... Wait, if I attack, I die, right?
No. You should be good to go.
Yeah, you're like, no, you're good to go. Just bring it in.
No. You'll be fine.
Okay, we're gonna remember that we do have a commander in this format.
You know, the first time I played this, I got through almost the entire game before I realized that I had a commander.
It's like, that's why I built this deck entirely. In its entirety was for this one card that I never even bothered playing. I remember too when I was a kid and I would be playing, and I just wouldn't want. I'd build a deck and I'd want to play it, but it would never work out the way I wanted.
Yeah.
And I wish I could probably go back and see what I had built to be like, oh, it's because your mana curve is like an average of 5, and that's why you lose every game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just something about it. Like, you know, of course, looking back, why did you play? Because I can still envision looking at that glass case at the LGS that was super fancy looking, and it, you know, had a Black Lotus. Occasionally, it would have a Black Lotus, but usually it had some amount of Power 9.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there, and you're like, why is this card $80? I could buy an entire box of cards. Why would I waste it all on one? You know, but now it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you not? I should have played this card before I attacked, if I was a smart man.
Well, you never know. You never know what tricks are coming out.
I'm gonna pretend I have a combat trick up. That's why I left 2 mana up instead of playing my other card. Totally fine. What are you doing, bad Lando?
I'm just sitting here like wondering where all my planes are.
Dude, I didn't even realize you didn't have planes. Oh my god. I'm so... Oh wait, I guess we'll lose 3 life. I'm gonna sack one here.
But if I had planes, oh man, you'd be like scared.
Dude, I know. I had to pay one of the developers for MTGO a lot of money to make sure I looked good in this.
Did you hack into MTGO?
I did. I hacked the mainframe. And I said, we must make this work. There are tens of people that can see this.
Tens?
There's dozens of them.
So if I can get a planes, then the game might turn around at this point.
Okay. There it is. I even put a message in before the game of give him land. I guess you just had to ask for it. Maybe that was it.
I think I need 2 planes.
Where's my cheat option? How do I just draw a card? It won't let me do it. What is it? All other creatures get -2/-2 until I don't like it.
Well, it does nothing. I had to spend this guy on a chump blocker. As a chump blocker because I'm on the ropes.
Yeah, totally. Triggered ability, I don't know. I would pay for it, but it's about to get sacrificed anyway, so it doesn't matter. See, in a way, your Torment's not terrible with Slime Foot out, because it's like, I just have to pay 4 mana to gain 1 life, lose 1 life, but it's still kind of annoying.
Yeah, it kind of caps your growth a little bit. But just a little bit. I mean, obviously it hasn't stopped you enough.
Which I'm not upset about. Your cat seems upset as well.
He wants to play.
The fiance really wants a cat, but right now we can't really get one in the apartment we're living in. I've never been a pet person, and it's not that I don't like pets by instance. It's just like that's responsibility. And we're getting married, all that's going well. But I feel like once we start having, like the kid talk and all that good stuff, it gets heavy quick.
It does.
And then I can't Magic as much, and I got to start putting like other people ahead of myself. Ridiculous, I know. But now that I've found this passion, not that I'm saying I would ever put life on hold for it, but I'm mad at myself for not playing Magic right after I got my big kid job.
Yeah.
And I'm mad that I don't have an LGS. Like I was in Columbus, Ohio, which has, it's got like plenty of Pro Tour events. It's a pretty big hub in the Midwest, and it's like you blew it. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait, I can still create one. I could have done this with my mana last turn. That's not important.
I'm distracting you with witty conversation.
That's good. Maybe that'll make people enjoy watching the video. That's what sets us apart from other content creators, is our good commentary that has nothing to do with the actual game. Oh, we drew something. This is good for us. We've done it. What have we done?
How can you do better than you've done already?
So like another thing, when I was running track, when I was playing basketball, doing whatever, playing Magic, D&D, whatever it was, I was like, I'm going to lose. I'm going to get smashed at whatever I do. Not like I had this crippling self-doubt to the point where like I just wouldn't, play well.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, I'm going to do so bad that I need to make sure I don't make any mistakes. And it just kind of always put me on, oh, wait, that's what your thing does? That's good for you, I think.
In an energy kind of way.
But it always made me, like, put my best foot forward, as it were.
Yeah. The one thing that was keeping me alive.
I had to do it.
I know. And I apologize ahead of time.
Field of Ruin. Don't ruin my field of folly.
You put this in my deck, by the way.
I did?
Yeah, you put that in my deck. You put Dusk to Dawn in there, which I thought was a very nice, move on your part.
I want to remove it from your deck. I was curious to see if you'd get that. What is it? The instant unlimited combo.
Yeah.
Infinite combo. That's the word I'm looking for.
Infinite, I think, is the correct pronunciation.
I can't say infinite. Infinite. That sounds. There's no way that's like the correct pronunciation of it. I'll never believe that. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say infinite.
It's a ballpark. I just ballparked it.
The ballpark. Okay, got it.
Uh-oh.
This is where I throw the game for myself.
The horror.
What is your favorite format to play?
I don't know. I move in addictive ways, so I played standard obsessively, and then.
Wait, how did I end up just paying 6 mana for Slimefoot?
Because it's a commander, so you have to. It costs more every time you cast.
That's tax. Okay. Thanks for helping me with basic rules.
Oh no. I'm just hoping to draw something awesome. Hell yeah, swamp.
I thought you were serious for saying like, hell yeah, here it is.
Burn.
Cool. My big creature. GG nerd. Oh my gosh.
Who gets all his rats back? Boom. It's rat time.
I am so happy I did that for you.
Thank you. But I'm on a 2-turn clock here. Life's gonna get awful for me shortly. I gotta bring it.
That's alright. Come on, saplings. Let's bring it back.
Land. I got to.
This is probably one of the best cards I could have drawn.
I hate it when you say that. Yeah, that was a good. Yeah, that was a good. You don't need to put 1/1 things on those. That'd be like showing off.
Well, they're still gonna die though. You know what I mean? Like they're not gonna bump up Slimefoot's effectiveness. I was almost about to attack the Slimefoot because I'm smart like
that. I like that our closest game is 22-3 at this point.
No, dude, I just feel bad because it's not. I don't feel like my deck is anything special. I just feel like, if anything, it's because Slimefoot's just a good card. I definitely don't consider myself a good deck builder by any means. I'm not trying to be like falsely humble. But I think this is why I enjoy Limited. Because Limited, right, like it's the ideal Magic experience. You get to do everything. Open packs, build decks, play with them.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. Like if someone says, here, build a competitive standard deck in Standard, I would be like, can we do it for one set? Because I'm not. Oh, wait, what does this card do?
Oh, it does nothing. It was the last card I had to play. So.
It does nothing.
Well,
pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yeah, it would have been awesome, like turn 5 with two planes out, but you know, turn 13, it's more like a little pity party.
Just for the comeback. Make sure I don't.
Wait, you put 2 of those in your deck. I could have sworn this one killed me already.
And then, oh, you're at 3. Jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You don't even have to do anything. You barely have to raise a finger.
Again, I'm gonna have to tip that guy big time over at Wizards HQ.
Well played. All right, so I think that puts us at. Let me recount the win-loss ratio in my head. I believe that you won at least a couple of those. So
I won at least one. Yeah, last I know I won at least 2. I think I got 2 of them.
But
you won the first one, right?
No.
I know I found
no.
I had to concede that match.
No. I won 4. Or I lost 4 games in a row.
Okay. Oh, okay. You know what? You might be right. I'll have to check the replay.
Yeah. So as you can see, I did not fare very well with my deck. So we talked after the game, and the next level that we're pushing it to is we are going to do mono y mono, meaning he chooses a mono color and I choose a mono color. We've eliminated a couple of the colors to make it a little more interesting. So we've eliminated blue and we've eliminated green because those are pretty monstrous colors to go up against mono y mono. So I believe MountainManMTG is going to live in the red world, so he will be playing a mono red deck, and I get to choose between black or white. So yeah, out of the frying pan into the fire. So all right, well, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. This is MTGStrategist signing out. We'll see you next time.